Hello and welcome to another video. So I just got back from a local coin show, a very small local coin show. I definitely recommend hitting up coin shows anytime you can, paying cash, no taxes. Everyone's really nice there, willing to talk. You can get a lot of information there. And whenever they have them, I definitely try to check them out, whether I have a lot of money or not. So one thing I did notice at the show, though, no one was buying. And I heard a lot of people ask. This was a lot different from the last coin show I went to back in the beginning of September, in which there were people just lined up to sell items and people willing to buy those items. At this one, however, the atmosphere was completely different. No one was buying, and a lot of tables just would give inquiries a flat out no, or depends on what you have. So I thought that was interesting. And, not that I was there to sell, but definitely a lot different, and possibly moving forward that these shows are selling more and not buying as much. I do know that scrap silver, no one wants the sterling, no one wants the 925. Very few people want the 90%. So it really comes down to, the big dogs like the Eagles, which I did pick up. And if you look at the price on that, that's actually a 49. But yeah, I mean, this particular table, they were just inundated with these and trying to get rid of them. And it's just it was just really a bizarre situation. Because normally I wouldn't even bother picking one of these up. Not that they're an awesome coin, but just the premiums that you pay on them. And being on a tight budget, trying to stack by weight, trying to hit a 50, I'm trying to hit a 50-ounce goal by the end of the year. I wouldn't normally pick anything like this up, but the fact that this was $49, which I guess is below spot, I mean, I couldn't help myself, right? So that's one of the things I picked up. And I'm really glad I did. I definitely want some of the more popular types if I can find them at spot or below spot. Another thing I picked up. So this is a half-ounce coin. I don't know if you can see that. So this is the SS Tiliwa. And a brief story so the SS Tiliwa was an ocean liner sank by Japanese submarines in World War II. It was carrying, I believe, 2,391 bars of silver set to be struck in South Africa for both South African currency and I believe Egyptian currency. So it was sank by the Japanese. In 2017, Marine Salvage Company were able to find the wreckage, recover 2,360 odd bars of the silver. And after some legal disputes, which I believe it was returned to South African Mint, this silver, this coin, or this round, or whatever you want to call it, this was minted from the silver that was salvaged from that wreck. So I thought that was kind of cool. I've seen actual silver bars from the wreckage, obviously way out of my price range, but I thought that was pretty cool to own that. And that's just a half-ounce piece. So another thing I got, some vintage silver bar. I believe this is from 1975. And I thought this was kind of cool, being a Maryland native and all. It's Fort McHenry silver bar. It's got some wear on it, but it's vintage. Fort McHenry, if you don't know, that's where the Star Spangled Banner was written by Francis Scott Key. It was initially a song about the defense of Fort McHenry, which was then used in the Star Spangled Banner. And Fort McHenry was actually a quite small base. It was more of an outpost. But in 1814, when 5,000 British troops took D.C., then attempted to take Baltimore, and this is where their efforts stopped. So I thought that was an interesting piece of history. So moving on, and this is non-silver, but I am a coin collector. I do enjoy coins. This is, what is the date on this one? So this one is an 1837 large 1 cent. And these are really, really cool. I've seen people dig them up. I'm big into metal detecting. I've seen people dig them up before, and it's really hard to make out the details in these when you dig them up like that. So I thought this one was pretty cool. And I got this one for a good price. I think it says 60 on here, but I actually paid half that. And that's just something cool to own. And then last but not least, I bought a 1859 Indian head penny, which was also half the price. It was in like a little bargain bin, so I couldn't resist. And I only had a few bucks left, so. And that's all I got. So definitely excited about what I did get. Super excited about picking the Eagle up. It's a beautiful coin, awesome price. Really cool to have some vintage silver. Didn't think I was going to come across that. And there's another show up in the coming weeks, I believe at the end of October. And we'll see if the budget allows. I got some Halloween costumes to buy for the kids, and some hay rides and pumpkin patches to do. So we'll see what I can scrape up by then. I'll definitely try to scrape up something and post another video. And so I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for joining me.